we don't have just a male-dominated sports card field anymore. We have a field that both male and female are collecting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of MeelyStox. MeelyStox is part of the SlabStox network, as you know. My name is Jamil. I'm the card shop owner of the Mealy Pop shop here in Gainesville, Florida. And I'm very excited to get to episode 8 with y'all. We've been doing this now for some time, and it's just been excited talking to all you guys, getting to answer questions. So hopefully we're bringing good content out to you, and we appreciate all that you guys are doing to subscribe to MeelyStox. Really quick, before I get going, I always give a plug for something we got going on in the shop. I want to show you guys something really cool. We've just launched, and we're in our open beta test of what's called a, what is our new website? Sorry, our new website. So as you guys can see, this is our new website. You can buy boxes, even packs, get into breaks on our new website. We're going to be talking about Pokemon today. So here is just some Pokemon stuff that we have listed. You go and buy boxes, and there's some other cool features where you can rip this stuff live. You can select it, rip stuff live, and I'm offering free kind of rewards points as we get this going. So go check out MeelyPops.com when you get a chance. We put a lot of work into it, and hopefully it should serve you guys really well. But let's get into today's episode. I'm excited to talk about Pokemon Evolutions. And the reason why I'm excited about this is because this is actually one of the sets that I was big on like 4 or 5 years ago when it came out. And then nobody was buying it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to purchase cases. The Charizards and the Pikachus and those kind of cards were not really doing very well. And I didn't keep a lot of it. I sold it. And just recently, Pokemon Evolutions has gone through the roof. So let me break some stuff down for you guys so we understand what is going on with Pokemon Evolutions and why it's so popular, and to understand a little bit of the cards in the set so that you can kind of make the right decisions. So Pokemon Evolutions is a booster set that came out through the XY of Pokemon. You can go back and watch some of our other videos, but XY is kind of like an umbrella for a whole series of different releases. So XY has a bunch of different releases in it. XY has I think 12 or 15. I could be wrong on that, but it's a lot. And then you went from XY to, correct me if I'm right, Sun and Moon. You can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then after Sun and Moon, we are now into Sword and Shield. So you kind of move in these big kind of groupings, XY being a big one. And Evolutions is one of the booster sets that came out in the XY saga, I guess you could say. You guys may be buying Champion's Path or Vivid Voltage. That's all part of the Sword and Shield subset. And just so you know, so understanding Pokemon, you're getting into it, each one of those main umbrellas, for example, XY, has it's associated with the Pokemon that come out in the video game. So they release new generations, or you might hear that Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 5, Gen 8. Those are the new generations of Pokemon that get released in the video games. So that might help you understand a little bit of what's going on. But Pokemon Evolutions XY was released, I think it's 16, sometime around that time. And it was a reprint set. It was the first time Pokemon had come out and decided to make an entire reprint set of really the base set. And a lot of people were excited about it at the time because you got a chance to see kind of some reimagined reprinted cards. But the truth behind it was they were really the same images. They just had kind of a different base color around the border. They had different kind of markings and words on the card. So as you're buying Pokemon, understand that this set came out in 2016. So XY is a set that only came out 4 years ago. Now trending right now, booster boxes are about $400 to $500 depending on what platform you're buying them on, regards to how much a box of this stuff costs. When just 2 months ago, you could have probably got a box of this for about 85 to 100, 110 bucks. So just showing you the Pokemon market and how crazy it's gone in just the last few months. So why is this set so popular? Well, number one, you have the reprint of the base set Holofoil Charizard. And the unique thing about this card, as I have one here on set, is that it's actually number 11 in the set. It's not number 4. And the set, as you can tell in the bottom right corner, we'll get to some graphics here in a second, is out of 108, not 102. So this is not a complete exact same set as the base set. This Evolution set actually has things called secret rares in it, and it has some full art cards in it. These are not things that you would have seen in the base Evolution set. All right, so let me go ahead and just we'll talk a little bit about value with this. But the Charizard is kind of seen as the clutch card. Now this card I have on set is an 8, PSA 8, and I'm blown away with how much these cards have gone up. PSA 10s. I was looking at this the other day, and let me go and put it on screen for us to look at together. PSA 10s of the Holofoil Charizard. Here's some of the highest sold on eBay recently. But look, these are October 27th, October 12th dates. 6,000. Trending down to 4,000. You get to see some at 3,000, but these are all recent dates within the last week or so. So the base set Evolutions Charizard is trending, can you believe that? At some sales upwards of $7,000 for this card. $7,000. Now that's crazy to me because this set just came out 4 years ago. It doesn't have a lot of oomph in terms of what's based in the set. The holofoil is not too hard to hit. You get them quite frequently, but just absolutely phenomenal to see that this base set Charizard is now a PSA 10 copy, $7,000. Now, a lot of people say, why has this set gone up so much? Why are cards trending this high? And I think the truth behind it is it's kind of like the poor man's base set box, because you have the original cards and you have them in holofoils, and you can get these same kind of images, right? The Charizard being one of them, which is very important. Let me show you this. This is also another element here. So in the newer stuff, these kind of cards did not exist, but they're called the reverse holofoil. And I'll try and pull up an image here for us. So this was the one that sold on PWCC PSA 10 not too long ago. Let's go ahead. There we go. So you can see the reverse foil is very, very different than the holofoil. And I'll pull up a holofoil since we're at it. So the holofoil, you have the actual holo in the background. You can see it right there. There's a PSA 10 copy of it. Here's the reverse. The reverse meaning that the character portion of the card is actually a flat base, and then this area on the outside of it is a foil base. So those are called reverse foils. These are called holofoils. They're holographic, right? Hologram in nature. And this is the reverse, which is on the outside border of the card. So as you kind of think about that, understand that these are the newer versions and the reprint versions of the base set cards that we've talked about so many times, and we know that those prices are going through the roof. So there we go. Base set Holofoil Charizard from Evolutions. Base set reverse holofoil, or I would call it reverse foil, not a holofoil. Reverse foil in Evolution. So those two cards right there are by far the biggest cards that people are chasing in Evolutions, is the Charizard holofoil and the Charizard reverse foil. Doing very well, selling for a ton of money. It's crazy to think, I was selling these cards at 10 and 15 and 20 bucks, a year ago or so. I know that they've trended up, and it's been really interesting to watch Evolutions, because the set really is the base set with just kind of a modern kick to it. All right, so one other thing I want to talk to you guys about is understanding the differences between this, and I have actually seen this in the shop where people will think that the Evolutions cards are the base set cards. And this is it might seem elementary, but this is actually a big area that I think you should really pay attention to, especially for those of you who may be getting into Pokemon for the first time. So let me show you on screen. This is a base set Pikachu card. This is the Yellow Cheeks version. It's unlimited, so that means there's no shadow here. It's an English version. You can see the shadow on the border. If it doesn't have the shadow, it's called shadowless, and if it has a first edition stamp over there, it's obviously called first edition. But as we look at this card, as you can see, the bottom right here has the set number. It says 58 of 102. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but 102 is the set number, and 102 is how much the base set was made out of, okay? Whether it be first edition, shadowless, or just regular base set, or any of the foreign variations, so Japanese, I take that back, French, Portuguese, Spanish, German, and some of the other ones that have come out. But from those versions, that set is out of 102. They're just in different languages. All right, so that's the base set Pikachu. Here is what I'm going to show you now is the Evolutions Pikachu. So this is the Evolution set. So if you kind of look between them, there's a little bit of difference with the artwork, right? You can see the trees in the back have a different kind of look to them. It's maybe a little bit more zoomed out from that element as well. But one big thing that I tell people is that the yellow on the border of these Evolutions cards is massively, massively brighter than a little bit more of a dull yellow or darker yellow that you see in the base set. So as you're looking through these cards and you're seeing various differences, please understand that this is an Evolutions Pikachu. It's worth a lot less than the base set Pikachu. There is no red cheeks that I'm aware of in evolutions at all. There's no real errors in that. Another key thing here is the little mark you can see down in the bottom corner. That's the evolution symbology right down there. That's what's insignia for the evolutions. You see the base set right there. It says 25 out of 108, which is very important because this Pikachu is 58 out of 102. So again, looking at those things a little different. You can also see the difference in color as you go from this to that. A lot of people do call this Pikachu, if you don't know, the fat Pikachu, if you haven't heard that before. So that's the fat Pikachu or the obese Pikachu. A lot of people use that terminology to kind of recognize the OG old school element of it. But again, base set Pikachu, evolutions Pikachu, all right? And you can kind of see some differences, like you don't see the number there next to the word mouse in the base set. You do see the number there in the evolutions. You can see the bottom, it says the illustrator, Mitsuhiro Arita. For those of you who don't know, go check out YouTube and search MeelyPops Mitsuhiro Arita. We have a video we did with him. Very talented artist. He's the initial illustrator of Pikachu, but you can see his illustrator name there. It's there the same, but then take a look at the numbers, right? So the years and the stamp, all that copyright stuff is very different. It says 2016 on this one. So I'm just showing you a little bit of a telltale. That's the same for all the cards in the set. I think it's very important to understand the differences between base set and evolutions. Sometimes people can get duped and they'll buy the evolutions thinking it's base set. Be very careful with that. And then just lastly, you know, on these, you can see it right there, on the actual PSA labels, it's going to say 2016 versus obviously base set is not made 2016. So the evolution stuff, I really like it. I think if you're trying to get into cards from an investment standpoint, so we'll talk a little bit about investment here. You know, the Charizard PSA 10, it was a card that was made 4 years ago, and it also was a card that there is a lot of that out there. They did reprint Pokemon Evolutions quite a lot, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's garbage, or I'm not going to say that it's a bad card, but I do know there's a lot of them. There's a lot out there. As compared to the base set Charizards, there's a lot of those as well, but the first edition and Shadowless, there's not very many. That's why you see the hikes. So if you're looking to find more of an investment card, maybe get a PSA 7 of this Holofoil. It's going to set you back not too much. I think they're, I want to say like $300, $400. You get a nice near mint copy. But if you're getting a PSA 7 of base set unlimited, you're going to be paying double or triple that. So just something to think about as you move forward. This is Evolutions Pokemon. It's a reprint set. Could they make another set that comes out in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years where they redo the images again? It wouldn't put it past me to see that. I could see that as well with the 25th anniversary of Pokemon coming up in 2021. And here's something to understand. The 20th anniversary of Pokemon is when Evolutions was out. The 25th anniversary will be next year. Who knows what Nintendo has planned for the card. So something to kind of consider. And I could be completely wrong. Maybe there'll be so much more added fervor and just excitement about it that for the 25th anniversary, maybe they release a set and they have some reprints and they go out of this world crazy. Who knows? So it's just something to consider. I know you guys out there are getting crazy when it comes to Pokemon. I always tell people to buy Charizard if you're looking to kind of get in and make a solid investment. There are a lot of cards out there that are underpriced. Maybe we can do some more content on that in the future. But Pokemon is here to stay, and I just continue to see it increase in value. One last thought I'll give you, and then we'll close up this episode. I talk with a lot of sports card people, and I'm obviously a sports card shop owner. We do a lot of sports cards here. And a lot of people will tell me, it's a pop, it's a bubble, it's going to pop, you know. It's no longer going to be here. It's not going to be around much longer. Pokemon is in a bubble. Maybe. But one thing that a lot of people don't consider is that in sports cards, we have maybe 5%, 3% are collectors that are female. And I'd love to see that number jump up because I think it'd be great for us to see not such a male-dominated field with sports cards. But in Pokemon, I don't know what the stats are, but from my own stats running a store, I would say the numbers are closer to 35%, 40% are female. And I know there's a lot more females in this world. So as we consider those things and we consider just the potential, we don't have just a male-dominated sports card field anymore. We have a field that both male and female are collecting, and it's really awesome to see. Another thing that's cool about Pokemon, and I don't know if you know this, is people collect the illustrators. They collect people based on what they draw, how they draw. They have favorite cards and characters that are drawn by certain illustrators, and they follow and buy those. So there's a lot of unique ways to collect Pokemon. don't put it past you to see if this stuff does not continue to increase in value. I'm big on it. I definitely am buying it. If you're looking to sell any Pokemon, please contact us. We'd love to buy it from you. But it's just it's a great field and it's fun. I think it's cool. The nostalgic element of it is also bringing around a lot of collectors as well. So that's it for me. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week for episode 9. Just know there's a new Pokemon release coming out called Vivid Voltage. It's going to be hitting the streets, I think, November, let me get the date right for everybody, November 13th. We are a pre-release location, so we're allowed to sell them. You can call the shop, and we can sell them on November 9th, so that's a fortunate side of what we have. But Vivid Voltage coming out. Take a look. It has a Charizard card, a Charizard reverse, a VMAX Pikachu, and the staff promos and the regular promos are doing very well right now. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. So until then, see ya!